For my social change-led project, I chose MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving. Prior to the 1980s and the establishment of Mothers Against Drunk Driving, the social stigma of drinking while under the influence and harsh legal penalties were not a part of the American society. After Cindy Lightner lost her daughter to a habitual drunk driver, she started a movement against drunk driving. As she started bringing awareness to this cause, another mother, Cindy Lamb, whose family had fallen victim to the same tragedy, joined forces. These women effected social change in two major areas. They helped Americans recognize the dangers and costs of driving while under the influence, and they convinced law enforcement to impose much harsher penalties for these crimes. Their efforts helped aid the change in the public opinion and in the law. A year after Cindy and Candy came together, they held a candlelight vigil to honor those who had fallen victim. The vigil helped MAD propel the organization and gain national recognition. Lightner saw this recognition and flew with it as she started lobbying with the then California Governor, Jerry Brown. This resulted in a law that imposed a minimum fine for those who were driving under the influence. Public service ads and media appearances helped influence the unity of the Presidential Commission on Drunk Driving. Once banned with the Presidential Commission on Drunk Driving, MAD was able to start implementing random checkpoints to help ensure that anyone who was intoxicated were caught. Many are affected by MAD. Every state in the U.S. has a MAD office, as well as some provinces in Canada. A major age group that was affected were those under 21. MAD helped to push the drinking age limit to be raised to 21. With that happening, the total of violent car crashes involving those under the age of people were reduced by 20%. Those who are driving while intoxicated are also ones who are being seriously affected by this change. Those who are convicted are now getting more serious offenses and larger fines. It is a collective change to society. If those women had not started to push for a change, MAD would have never come to be. It is also important to see that law enforcement saw the issue and joined together to fight it. MAD not only addressed a crucial issue in American society, it also helped to change society and make it a safer place for all. This is a very positive change. When looking at the reason this started, Cindy Lightner's daughter was killed by a man who previously had DUIs and sadly had gotten one the week before taking her daughter's life. Drunk driving is in no way, shape, or form going to ever be beneficial to the American society. MAD has not only given a negative stigma towards drunk driving, and since being founded, the numbers of fatalities from drunk driving have dwelled tremendously. In my eyes, there are not many pitfalls to MAD. While others might think that the offenses are too harsh and for those who commit these crimes, overall, this change was put into place to protect not only those who could be affected, but those who are driving, by saving many lives. MAD connects to each of the 7 C's. Consciousness to self. The beginning of MAD was thanks to the consciousness of self from Lightner. She was affected by a drunk driver, and she knew what her final goal was. She wanted to bring awareness to drunk driving and ultimately put it to an end. Congruence. All through this fight, Lightner held strong to her word. She was compassionate toward those families who had fallen victim to the same things she had, and she was not letting drunk drivers get off the hook. Commitment. Lightner and her companions portray commitment like no other. MAD was started in the 1980s, and till this day, MAD is still being taught in schools. People are still being patrolled for drunk driving. With MAD and the commitment of law enforcement, drunk driving will keep dwindling. Citizenship. With the help of the community, MAD was made. With the help of each citizen, MAD has been able to be very effective. With citizenship came MAD. If you are not driving while drunk, MAD is doing its job. Collaborative. The social movement really helps to show how important collaboration is. MAD helped show their vision by making themselves vulnerable. The women behind this movement put all of their time and effort into making MAD the title it is today. Now, MAD is a very tight-knit company that ensures that their main goal is to help the U.S. with drunk driving. Common purpose. The overall common purpose of MAD is to eliminate drunk driving. Mothers, fathers, policemen, and communities all came together for that sole purpose. And now, MAD was able to start. Now, as MAD is a well-known company, and the common purpose hasn't changed, but it is growing to new needs that people are asking for. Now it's not only getting people who are drunk driving, it is getting people who have open bottles, who are driving while under the influence of drugs, and much more. Controversy with civility. While there may be many arguments with now penalizing those who are driving drunk, overall it does not change how someone may drink. It has just changed whether you are able to operate a vehicle or not. While many have been against MAD was able to get their point across and justify that their main focus was to keep people from harming themselves or others. Overall, MAD has been an amazing change to American society. By using all of the components, it has portrayed resistance towards people who are not agreeing with it and has made a change in American society. By this change, people are being protected by drunk drivers, and the women who made this happen are happy to say that the numbers have gone down immensely.